The rise and fall of Nakumatt, how East Africa's biggest supermarket empire collapsed. In 2017, Nakumatt had over 60 branches across East Africa and employed thousands of people. Just a few years later, every store had closed. So, what really happened? How does a company go from dominating shopping malls across Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda to disappear completely? Was it competition? Was it poor management? Or were there warning signs that everyone ignored? This is the incredible story of Nakumatt, the supermarket that changed the way East Africans shopped, became one of the region's biggest business success stories, and then collapsed in one of the biggest corporate failures Africa has ever seen. Let's go back to where all it began. A small family business. Long before the massive shopping malls, the bright red branding, and the 24-hour supermarkets, Nakumatt was just a small family business. Its story began in the late 1980s in Nakuru, Kenya. The business was started by the Shah family, with the late Atul Shah playing a key role in transforming it into something much bigger. The name Nakumatt itself came from a combination of Nakuru, where it started, and the word mattresses, because the family's original business sold mattresses and household goods. Back then, supermarkets in Kenya were very different. Most people bought groceries from local kiosks, open-air markets, or small neighborhood shops. Shopping was usually quick. You bought only what you needed and went home. Nakumatt had a different vision. Instead of small shops with the limited products, they wanted large supermarkets where customers could find almost everything under one roof. It was a new shopping experience. Families could buy groceries, electronics, clothes, furniture, toys, and household items all in one visit. For many Kenyans, visiting Nakumatt was not just shopping, it became an outing. As Kenya's economy grew during the late 1990s and early 2000s, Nakumatt grew it. One new branch became 5, 5 became 20. Soon, Nakumatt stores were open in almost every major town. One of the biggest innovations was introducing 24-hour shopping. At the same time, it was almost unheard of. Whether you needed baby formula at night, groceries after work, or medicine early in the morning, Nakumatt was open. That simple idea changed retail in Kenya. Then came another innovation, customer loyalty cards. The Nakumatt smart cards rewarded shoppers with points every time they made a purchase. It encouraged the customers to keep coming back and made shopping feel more rewarding. The company was not just expanding in Kenya, it crossed borders. Branches opened in Uganda, then Rwanda, then Tanzania. By 2017, Nakumatt operated more than 60 branches across East Africa. It employed thousands of workers. It worked with hundreds of suppliers. Millions of customers trusted the brand. For many people, Nakumatt was not just another supermarket, it was the supermarket. If a shopping mall had a Nakumatt, people believed that mall had arrived. The company appeared unstoppable, but behind the polished shelves and brightly lit stores, serious problems were quietly growing. Success can sometimes hide problems. As Nakumatt expanded rapidly, opening new stores required enormous amounts of money. Rent had to be paid, building had to be fitted, shelves stocked, employees hired, inventory purchased. Instead of slowing down to strengthen existing stores, the company kept expanding. Many suppliers were not being paid on time. At first, most suppliers stayed patient. After all, Nakumatt was East Africa's retail giant. Surely, payment would come. Months passed. Outstanding bills kept growing. Some suppliers quietly stopped delivering products. Others demanded payment before sending more stock. Slowly, customers began noticing empty shelves. Items that had always been available suddenly disappeared. Cooking oil, sugar, milk, toilet paper, even basic household products became difficult to find in the branches. Customers assumed it was temporary. Few realized these empty shelves were warning signs of something much bigger. Behind the scenes, landlords were also becoming frustrated. Rent payments were delayed. Some shopping malls threatened legal actions. Banks were demanding repayments. Pressure was building from every direction. Yet, outwardly, Nakumatt still looked like a giant everyone knew, until the cracks became impossible to hide. In 2017, everything began falling apart. Suppliers openly demanded their money. Court cases increased. Some stores were locked over unpaid rent. Others were running with half-empty shelves. Customers who walked into Nakumatt expecting a full shopping experience were shocked. Entire aisles were empty. Many employees did not know whether they should still have jobs the following month. Some workers reportedly went for months without receiving salaries. For suppliers, the situation was devastating. Many were small and medium-sized businesses that depended heavily on Nakumatt. Some had delivered products worth millions of shillings. When payment never came, many of those businesses also faced financial hardship. The crisis spread beyond Nakumatt itself. Shopping malls lost major tenants. Transport companies lost contracts. Farmers lost buyers. Manufacturers lost one of the biggest customers. An entire business ecosystem was affected. Several rescue attempts were discussed. There were talks with investors. There were restructuring plans. There were promises that the company could recover. But confidence had already disappeared. Customers started shopping elsewhere. Competitors gained market share. Cash flow became ever tighter. One branch closed, then another, and another. By the year 2020, every Nakumatt branch had shut its doors. After decades of growth, East Africa's biggest supermarket chain had disappeared. Did Nakumatt really fail? What really caused Nakumatt's collapse? There was not just one person. It was a combination of several problems happening at the same time. Rapid expansion stretched the company's finances. Opening dozens of large stores required huge amount of capital. As debt increased, cash became harder to manage. The company also struggled with supplier payments. Without inventory, supermarkets lose their biggest strength, the ability to offer customer choice. When shelves became empty, shoppers naturally went elsewhere. Competition was also becoming stronger. One supermarket chain such as Tuskys, Naivas, Quickmart, and international retailers were improving their stores, offering competitive prices and attracting customers who had once been loyal to Nakumatt. Once customers changed their shopping habits, winning them back became extremely difficult. By the time structuring efforts began, the financial challenge had become too large to overcome. The collapse became a reminder that even the biggest companies are not guaranteed to survive. Growth alone is never enough. A business also needs a strong financial discipline, healthy relationships with the suppliers, and the ability to adapt when conditions change. Let me do my conclusion. Today, many former Nakumatt buildings have new tenants. Some have become other supermarkets, others have completely transformed. But for millions of East Africans, the Nakumatt name still brings back memories. Memories of family shopping trips, late-night supermarket visits, the excitement of finding everything under one roof. For many people, Nakumatt was not just a place to stop, it represented a new era of modern retail in East Africa. Its rise proved what was possible. Its fall showed how quickly success can disappear when financial challenges are ignored. Business history is filled with companies that look too big to fail. Nakumatt reminds us, no business is ever too big to collapse. If you enjoyed this story and would like to see more documentaries about the rise and fall of Africa's biggest companies, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. And in the comment section below, tell us what's your strongest memory of shopping at Nakumatt.